So today's video is going to be quite a bit different to what I'm used to, given that I'm in the bathroom, and you have seen a few shave videos on my channel before. In fact, my last video was exactly that, but I figured I'm actually going to go a step further and show you my entire shave routine from start to finish and just talk you through a couple of bits. First thing you want to do, grab yourself a hot shower, or indeed run a flannel under some piping hot water. This will help to soften up the hairs on your face and also reduce the risk of irritation. The next helpful step that I find in order to allow the razor to glide a lot easier is pre-shave oil. Now this is actually from Aroma Bar, and you can just see from the amount I've taken out of the bottle there, if you can see that. I use this a lot and I do really swear by it. I'll choose a shaving brush. This one's from the Traditional Shaving Company. Soak your shaving brush in that water for about 60 seconds. And basically just let it absorb the water. While that's soaking, you can also get your razor ready. So the one I'm going to go for, I don't think you've seen this one, is actually a Wilkinson Sword butterfly razor. These are Parker blades and they're made in Sweden, I believe. We take our blade that we've just taken out of the package, let it drop in like so, and then and that is ready to go. So this is actually a shave bowl from Parasso with the shave soap inside. Your brush has now been soaking. You pull it out, shake off some of that excess water, but a little bit of that can actually then go straight into that bowl. Sometimes what I will also do is just grab a little bit of extra water just to make it that little bit easier. So what you do is after you've emptied it out, you take your brush, apply a bit of downward pressure and go around in a circle, like so. And you'll start to hear the soap forming. So once you've got a decent amount of lather forming on the ends of the brush, take your brush and start lathering. What you do, to start off shaving, I tend to start on the sides. So I reach over with my left hand, pull the skin up, and gently point the razor at roughly about a 30-odd degree angle in conjunction to my skin to help avoid it cutting into my skin. And I use short strokes . And while you're doing this, you want to pull your skin quite taut. If it's not tight, if it can remain soft, it increases the opportunity for the blade to catch, and that's how you can get really bad cuts. So for this side, take that same left hand and just simply pull up again. And again, short strokes, minimal pressure. Remember, don't push against the skin, let the blade and the weight of the razor do all the work for you. When I'm shaving my upper lip, I find it essential to just simply puff it up. You can either puff it up with air or just simply pop your tongue there, or you could even just like that. Whichever way works for you is down to your preference. So. For just above the chin, again, you can always just simply puff it up or just simply use your tongue, whichever works best. So for the chin area, this is a very particularly tricky area to shave, but my way of doing it is I almost pull kind of a false grin, if you like. So what I do is I'll sort of pull a face a bit like this, and that stretches the skin just enough, but goes sideways. Never shave downwards on the chin, as this can be an area that is very susceptible to cuts. And you see that I'm not going against the grain, I'm sticking at about a 90-degree angle. So for this bit, pull down and go down. So what I normally do at this point is I'm going to do a second pass, but I'm not going to show you that because that's just going to take me ages. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll come straight back and go to the post-shave routine. So be right back. First thing to do, first want to soothe the face using a cold flannel. Next, take an alum stone or an alum block, run it under the cold tap for just a couple of seconds, just get it wet. Take your alum stone and gently rub it against your skin. Now what this does is it's basically an astringent as well as an antiseptic. So if you've got any little nicks or cuts, and if it's bleeding, you run this over your face and it helps to stop that bleeding and also encourages the wound or even any small tiny micro tears that you can't even see with your eyes. It will encourage them to close up, meaning that it's less prone to infection. But you'll want to soothe your skin further using lotions and balms. So the first one I use is Nivea Derma Skin Clear Toner. Now you can get this in many drugstores. I think it's quite inexpensive, and I've had this now for, or I'd say at least a year, probably even more than that. But this will also help to unclog any pores that might be a little bit dirty still, as it's because that's what a toner does. It helps to cleanse the skin. It's also very gentle. The next stage is lotion. I'm going to go with the Proraso. I believe this one's called the Refreshing one. I'm not 100% sure. You just simply pour a little bit of that in there. Now this one you will feel a slight sting. This will sort of also help to just help clean up those little cuts that might have been left behind. So the finale to that is the aftershave balm. Now I've sort of flitted between a few of them, but the one that I find I seem to be always reaching for is Nivea's Sensitive Post-Shave Balm. A lot of drugstores will hold it. Of course you can buy it on Amazon. But yeah, if I do manage to find the links to the products, I'll link them down below. And don't worry, I'm not endorsed by anyone, so these are all my complete, honest opinion. There you go. So that's how I do my shave routine, and those are the products that I typically will gravitate towards. But yes, no, I hope everyone's enjoyed this. This may not be for everyone, but if you've learned something new here today, please leave me a thumbs up. But yes, hope you all enjoyed. See you in the next one. Take it easy.